Well, hi guys, Mark here. We're here at Dearden Motorcycles in the south of England, and today we're going to be test riding the all-new Moto Guzzi Stelvio. Stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Well, hi there guys, Mark here. I'm pleased today to be bringing you a review on the new Moto Guzzi Stelvio. And again, many thanks to Dearden Motorcycles here in the south of England for lending me this bike today. So we're just going to run through all the specifications in the usual way, just go for a little gentle ride through the New Forest here, go onto some motorways, bit of a town and village, and then finish at the end with the final thoughts. So this particular model, it's kind of like the base model, coming in at £14,700. It's available in this sort of yellow or a grey version. For £15,400 you can get the PFF version, which stands for Piaggio Fast Forward, and basically what that gives you is a rider assistance solution, which is blind spot information, lane change assist and forward collision warning. It also has as an option a radar cruise, which you have to pay for as extra. So this uses the same brilliant engine as the V100 Mandello. It's a 90-degree V-twin, 4 valves per cylinder, liquid cooled, ride-by-wire throttle, 1042cc, producing 115 horsepower at 8,800 RPM, but the star of the show is the torque on this wonderful engine. 105 Newton meters at 6,750 RPM. This twin is really smooth. It's got loads of low down pull. It's an absolutely gorgeous engine. The thing with Moto Guzzis is they've got so much character, so much charm, and that's what kind of sets them apart from the rest. Seat is extremely comfortable. This is most definitely an all-day bike to ride. 830mm seat on this. There is optional heated seats, I believe, that are higher as well. So yeah, 830mm. But just take a quick look at me on the bike, and as a reference, I'm 5'7" tall, 170 centimeters with a 30-inch inside leg. I weigh about 75 kilos. Just see how I fit on the bike. Shaft drive on this, really nice. It's got a very big 21 litre fuel tank. Moto Guzzi are quoting 5.1 litres for 100 kilometres, which equates to around about 55 to the gallon UK. So you're going to get a range of well over 200 miles, which is brilliant. Tubeless spoked wheels, 19-inch front, 17-inch rear, running Michelin Anarchy, sort of a dual purpose tyre there. Got a 120 section on the front and a 170 on the rear. Weight is 222 kilos dry, 246 kilos wet weight. Under the rear seat here, little tiny bit of storage there. Got a really nice 5-inch colour TFT. Look at that. A bit later on. Really strong Brembo brakes. Cornering ABS traction control, single-sided swing arm, LEDs all round, daytime running lights, electrically adjustable screen, which I really like, cruise control, got 5 riding modes that are also customizable. These have 7,500 mile service intervals, got 170mm travel front and rear on the suspension. Obviously adjustable suspension. I think round here on the rear we have a convenient preload adjuster, which is good. Cornering lights, optional quick shifter and optional centre stand. Lots of accessories available, like different seats, all your luggage options, heated grips. So as you can see, it's a very impressive bike with that wonderful engine. Very capable machine, this. So there you go, guys. Let's do the test ride. Right then, Stelvio, let's try this out. So reasonably tall seat, 830mm standard. I'm not that tall, 5'7", 170 centimeters, and I'm on the balls of my feet, so my heels are a couple of inches off the ground. But the bike feels, it's got a nice weight to it. It doesn't really feel too heavy. It's 240 kilos wet, but once you sat on it, it feels got a really good substance to it. So just run through all the controls. We have a hydraulic clutch, which is span adjustable, high and low beam and flasher. You have your cruise control button there, that's a menu scroll as well. All your different menu buttons here, indicators and horn, span adjustable front brake lever, phenomenal brakes, Brembo, really good. Daytime running lights, that's your riding mode button under there, and your engine start. You have a little USB there as well. Very nice looking TFT there with tons of information. Clock, temperature, riding modes, range, all your warning lights. You can scroll through here for all your average fuels and that sort of stuff. All good. Really good. Engine warning lights, rev counter, speedo. So that's great. Start her up. So yeah, it still has that lovely sort of swing to the side. Loads of character when you start this engine up. It's got a really nice beat to it. Fabulous sound. Okay, so easily into first gear and away we go. Very smooth pulling away, I like that. So we're here in the New Forest at the moment, so we're just going to have a little gentle cruise to begin with, and straight away you can feel that beautiful torquey potent engine from low down. Very smooth indeed for a twin. So the screen is adjustable. Just remember how to do it. So you put it onto the screen setting and then you go up and down. So there's your down, and then there's your fully up. So I'll leave it in the up position. Right, so first impressions is of extreme comfort, beautifully put together, lovely smooth engine with loads of torque from low down, sort of 3,000 revs and upwards. It just builds beautifully. This hasn't got a quick shifter as standard, but it's got a very nice gearbox. It's just that, oh, that drive from low down is absolutely superb. I mean, we got sort of wet roads today, quite bumpy here in the New Forest, and this is definitely the bike for the job. We've got dual purpose tyres, really nice compliant suspension with lots of travel. So yeah, really suited for these sorts of roads. So we've currently got it in the road riding mode, which is a nice sort of throttle response. We'll try it in the sport later on and tour, but it's a really nice throttle on this. It's electronic, but it's not snatchy. Just going down the gearbox, tipping it in, tips in really nicely. Loads of beautiful pull coming out. Sounds good. That screen in the highest position is giving me an excellent bit of wind protection. I will say today here in the UK we've got a bit of a storm really. It's 40 miles an hour gusts of wind. I was a bit concerned, to be honest, but this bike is so well balanced, it's got such a good sort of substance to it that I haven't noticed any kind of a big wind gust at all, you know, sort of pushed me across the road. So you know, hats off to this bike for its stability. So there we are, look, sixth gear at the moment, just trundling along 40 mile an hour, 2000 RPM. Absolutely wonderful. So we're just starting off with these mirrors, nice and clear, decent view behind, as you would expect. An absolutely beautiful, comfortable riding position, nice big wide bars, they're kind of raked back, tons of leg room. The seat is 5 stars, super comfortable, lots of leg room, and the suspension is not electronic, but it does a superb job. It feels really compliant over all these bumps down here. So let's take it on some higher speeds. Let's go onto a motorway and try it out. Just got this in 4th gear, 3000 revs, just winding it out a bit. Oh, what a wonderful spread of torque, absolutely beautiful. It's just a tidal wave. 5th gear, just rolling it on a bit. Incredibly stable, and all these bumps down here, it just floats over it all. Very good in the corners. So 5th gear, just winding it out a bit. As you can see, plenty of torque there. Right, we're going to be shortly coming onto a dual carriageway. Try out the cruise control on the Stelvio. Go around the bends, it's really good. It's just that engine has got so much wonderful torque, so stable in the corners as well. Brakes are absolutely incredible, tons of bite. It's just so sure-footed, and just the overall sort of ride quality is 5 stars. So we're in sport mode, so it's lot snappier in sport mode, a lot more instant on the throttle. So straight up to top gear, 70 mile an hour with no problems whatsoever. So there we are, top gear, 70 mile an hour, just over 4,000 revs, about 4,500. That is super impressive, very, very smooth, incredibly stable, and I say that with quite a lot of conviction, because today I've got 40 mile an hour gusts hitting me, and it really is holding its line well. So that's superb. So if I just open it up a bit in top, as you can see, it absolutely flies. So no shortage of power. Just try the cruise control out. There you go, hands-free, very easy to use. That's lovely. So we'll just try a little bit of a roll on. 60 mile an hour, just winding it open. Whoa, what a lovely engine. So the wind protection is really, really good on this. I've got the screen in the highest position. You've got the hand guards sat right down into the bike. I feel very, very secluded from the wind. I could literally sit here all day. Just wind it open a bit for you. Oh, very, very good. But at this sort of 70 mile an hour, it's just so relaxed. You know, if you want to do some distance on this, absolutely fantastic. It's just the stability of it. I mean, basically it's an adventure style V100 Mandello, isn't it? Yeah, so sport mode is very, very responsive in the throttle. There's also off-road, rain, road, tour, and the sport. Right, we'll just try these brakes out. Full front brakes. Oh, wowee. They are very good. Just going down the gearbox. All very slick. Tipping it into bends, feels very, very safe on those Michelin tyres. So yeah guys, the Stelvio at the higher speed is very impressive. We're just going to try it through a sleepy village. This is called Bewley. Lovely little place this. Just going to try out the low speed fueling on the Stelvio. So currently in third gear in road mode. Throttle response is very gentle, it's not snatchy. Look at this, just trickling along at 2000 RPM. Normally a big V twin would be thumping itself to bits, but this is absolutely amazing. It's just like a sewing machine. It's so smooth and tractable. So opening it up, as you can see, it's got tons of go. Flicks around these bends really easily for a big bike. See if it will take fourth. Yeah, there we go, look, fourth gear, just under 3000 revs, very tractable. Down to third, clutch and gearbox all super smooth, very positive, no issues there. All very bumpy down here, but this is just floating over all the bumps. Lovely upright position, very commanding. This really is a nice bike to ride. So into fourth, just pulling up this hill. Oh, what a tidal wave of torque, just from 3000 RPM. So there you are guys, the Stelvio is super smooth, no hunting, no nasty surging from the fuel injection. It's absolutely perfect through town at the low speed, so that's great. Just doing a little gentle cruise now, sort of 55, top gear, 3,500 revs. Very, very nice. I say, what impresses me about this is the stability, the smoothness, the comfort, the all-round sort of the feel of the bike, the build quality, the brakes, all very impressive. 115 horsepower is a really nice amount of power, and most importantly, most impressively, is the torque. You know, you just open it up and this thing goes. So okay guys, let's go up here and wrap it up and do our final thoughts. So easily into neutral, that's all good. I'll just leave it running so you can just have a look at the lights and the indicators. So that's your low beam, and that is your high beam. Very bright, lovely. And a little tiny sound check. Beautiful. So there you have it guys, Moto Guzzi Stelvio. What a beautiful machine to ride. So just working around the bike. Really good suspension. It's not electronic, but to be fair, you just don't need it. It's so well damped, gives an absolutely superb ride. I've been on this morning for about 2 hours now, and you know, loads of bumpy roads, and it just floats over it all. So superb suspension, front and rear, lots of travel if you need to go off road. Very, very good Brembo brakes, tons of power and feel there. The overall feel of the bike is top quality. It feels extremely planted. I've been riding in some very windy conditions today, and it was totally stable and safe feeling, so that's great. Star of the show is that engine. Tons of torque, very smooth at all revs. Lots of pulling power, so that's super impressive. That seat is all day comfortable. You can get obviously options as well. High seat, heated seat, all your luggage options, top box, all that sort of stuff. Off the side stand to push about. I mean, it's a pretty weighty bike, 240 kilos, fully fueled, but it's got a decent grab rail there to sort of move it around, so not too bad. Very, very smooth shaft drive, no issues there with any snatchiness. Excellent rear suspension. The gearbox I found to be all good, smooth, hydraulic clutch, very good indeed. I did try all the riding modes: rain, road, tour and sport. They just give varying degrees of sort of instantness in the throttle, but I kept it in sort of road most of the time, to be honest. The wind protection is absolutely superb on it. You're completely protected from the wind, so no problems with that. But all in all, you know, if you're looking for an adventure style bike, definitely give one of these a look. I mean, what sets Moto Guzzi apart from the competition is just they've got so much charm, so much character. So I think that's really, really worth it. That's what bikes are all about, I think. So anyway, guys, if you wouldn't mind giving me a like, don't forget to comment down below, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you again in a week or so for another review. Ride safe, guys, all the best, and bye for now.